Big Rab Show Podcast is kindly sponsored by G1 Reeds. They are the champion's choice, with many bands around the world playing G1 products, providing everything you'd need to hit the circle or the big stage. So, check out g1reeds.com as they keep the lights on here at the Big Rab Show Podcast. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another Big Rab Show podcast. Well, folks, how are yous? Have you recovered from what has been quite a crazy weekend of piping and drumming here in the island of Ireland? Yeah, we're going to get into all of that, of course, in this week's news and updates. But, the title of this week's episode kind of gives it away as to what we're talking about in Topic of the Week. Oh, it's quite an exciting day, isn't it? Oh, and I haven't clicked the button yet. And that's this week's topic. All right, I'm going to click on the button and you're going to get my live, real reaction to the draw for the Big Yin. But before we get into all of that, I want to get into it now. I want to click the button. I want to find out. But nope, I'm going to wait until later on in the show. Let's get through our introductions then, first of all, though. This is your first ever Big Rab Show podcast, and you are welcome. We are the show for the bagpiping folk, reflecting everything in the bagpiping world, be it Celtic music, folk music, or indeed our bread and butter, which is competitive piping and drumming. Each and every week we're here talking about what we know and love to be the music of the great Highland bagpipe and its people. And yes, like every podcast under the sun, seems to be everybody has one now. Yeah. We do have a Patreon. So you can go and click on that and get your mitts on loads of extras. Now, there's a link in your show notes right now. I don't know if the show notes is something that people check out regularly. There's show notes for every episode. You know, depending on where you're listening to us, it could be on your phone or wherever, on your tablet, your laptop, wherever it is that you're downloading. There is show notes available for every episode with links and stuff to various different things. Every episode's different, so go and check it out. Yeah, we did spend time writing that each week. Anyway, go and check that out. Our Patreon page. There is a wealth of extras, including some extras from the All-Ireland Championships as well. So I think that there's action from the Tuning Park. There was a whole video put together of a ton of bands all warming up in the Tuning Park from the All-Ireland Championships. Go and have a watch at that. It's a great video. Anyway, so that's exclusive to our Patreon subs. Go and check that out. All right, let's get into this week's episode good and proper. Now, with every episode, we do open the door to listener mail. That email address has never changed, bigrabshow@gmail.com. And we love getting emails in from you folk. And I have to say, this past week has been incredibly quiet. Now, that could be for a wealth of different reasons. All right, now I do know in the wake of the All-Ireland Championships, everyone has just now kind of... we're now all in a little bit of a break. Yeah, but although the season hasn't essentially finished or stopped for that matter, there's still plenty of piping action to be at. But I do know that after the All-Ireland Championships, there is that little bit of a... Right, let's take breath here, because we're about to get into the second half of the season when things really start to ramp up. So, yeah, that might be the reason why we don't have any listener mail this week. So, I'll take the quiet weeks with the busy weeks. There's no issue there. But yeah, if you do have any commentary at all on anything that we're doing here on the show, we'd absolutely love to hear from you. bigrabshow@gmail.com. Now, if anything, I am quite surprised because I was expecting quite a reaction to the 70s tribute band. A lot of the stuff that we got was through our socials. We didn't get many emails on it, but we got a lot of messages through the Big Rab Show on Facebook. A lot of people were enjoying our video that we filmed of the 70s tribute band performance at the All-Ireland Championships. Now, we will play this later on in the show if you haven't heard it yet, but I would stress, go along to our YouTube channel now. We do have a multicam 4K video of the 70s tribute band performance. Now, that took a lot to put together. As I say, multiple cameras around the arena at one time, filming one performance, syncing all of that up, editing it all together. But it took a lot of work, but we made it work, and it really is fantastic. So I have to give a huge shout out to the Big Rab Show team who made that possible. So yeah, shout out to you guys. You're absolutely awesome. So yeah, and a beautiful 4K as well. Like the visuals, the sound, all of our videos from the All-Ireland Championships definitely go and check those out. There's a lot of great material there. Anyway, so yeah, as much as I'm waxing lyrical about the work of the Big Rab Show team over the weekend, I have to give a massive congrats to everyone who was involved in the competition, and especially to the backroom team at the event. We did get a lot of correspondence back and forward to our mailbox, just working out the logistics of the day. So yeah, huge props to the IPBA and to RSPBA and I and the joint committee. It was just brilliant to be there and to cover the event. So we'll get into all of that in the news and updates, of course, but that was the majority of our listener mail this week. A lot of logistics. And speaking of logistics, yeah, we are continuing to work on episode 400. We now have... We're reaching the closing stages of the planning on it. All right. Now, I know this is July and Big Rab Show Live is not until August, but I cannot wait to hit the stage. I don't want to give it away, but seriously, the amount of work that's going on behind the scenes for Rab Show Live, and no, I'm not going to spoil it, but this is going to be one of our biggest and best shows yet. And that's all I'm going to say. Now, that's quite a big statement. Whenever you consider some of the previous Big Rab Show Lives that we've done at Pipe and Knife, some of them have been absolutely iconic. There have been some real stellar moments throughout. But yeah, this one's going to be special in August. All right. So I know it's another shameless plug, but that's what's filling our mailbox at the minute. We're, furiously working behind the scenes to make this episode 400 one big giant celebration. And we're really looking forward to Pipe and Live. Anyway, so there you go. So yes, if you do have any questions, queries, or comments on anything that we're doing here on the show, then please do email them into us. bigrabshow@gmail.com. Okay. Now, normally we would also be opening the door to Weekly Drone, and again, it's another quiet week. I know, this is one of our favourite sections on the show, and it seems to be now for the past 3 weeks, we haven't had any Weekly Drones. Now, that either tells me that everything is hunky-dory in the bagpiping world, and there's nothing to complain about, and everybody loves everything. Or it could also tell me that people are just remaining quiet on some of the big issues and deciding not to get involved in some of the controversy. But I would urge you to get involved in the controversy. There's plenty of topics that we could be discussing under Weekly Drone, but it's up to you guys to bring it to the show, you know? So, the Weekly Drone is an open microphone to the bagpiping world, without fear of recrimination. That's the joy of it. It's completely anonymous. So if you do want to send us in your own thoughts and feelings about anything in the bagpiping world, or even our show for that matter, then go to our website, thebigrabshow.com. There's a big button right at the top of the page saying Weekly Drone, and you can let us have it, warts and all. And yeah, we'll put JD to work. Because this is what, JD's been off now for 3 weeks. You know, if we make it another week, he'll have a whole month off. Terrible. So let's put JD to work then, shall we? Get your Weekly Drones into us, and we'll love to bring them here to a future show. There you are. Okay, right. I think that's pretty much it for as far as the introductions and stuff is concerned. Let's get into the news and updates, of which there are loads, because I really want to fly through it and get into this week's topic. I want to click on this button and start reading the draw. I'm so excited. I really am hopeful for this year's Worlds. But we're about to get into it in this week's topic. I'm not going to hit the button just yet. I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be right back with all the news and updates.
Whether you play to entertain or perform to compete, it's not always easy to find the highest quality instruments and accessories that hold the keys to success from a single source. That's why pipers and drummers everywhere rely on Scott Curry Music as their one-stop pipe band shop. We supply only the world's finest bagpipe brands, including Duncan McRae, McCallum, R.G. Hardy and Company, Peter Henderson, R.T. Shepherd, Wallace Bagpipes, and not forgetting the revolutionary Blair Digital Chanter. Scott Curry Music is also home to many of the most sought-after pipe band percussion brands, such as Acoustic, Andante, British Drum Company, Hardcase, Jim Kilpatrick Percussion, Pearl, Tie-Fry, and many more. And remember, as the industry-leading pioneer of custom drumhead production for pipe bands, our unparalleled experience in creating professional drumhead designs is why many of the world's top performers trust Scott Curry Music to help them stand out from the crowd with stunning state-of-the-art factory-printed drumheads by Evans and Remo. With a proven history for super deals, being well-stocked, and consistently delivering fast service, It's no surprise that Scott Curry Music is the first choice for thousands of happy customers worldwide. So, what are you waiting for? Call our North Lanarkshire showroom today or visit us online at scottcurryltd.com to learn more and shop now for everything you need from Scott Curry Music, the world's local pipe band shop.
Do you wish piping could be fun again? Bagpipers around the world continue to struggle with their instrument, despite hours of hard work trying to get better. Bagpiping should be fulfilling. Your hard work should pay off, showing improvement and the freedom to express yourself musically. Or why do it? The Dojo University believe every piper should be able to free themselves from musical frustration, proven over more than a decade of successful teaching and accessible anywhere with an internet connection. The Dojo is unlike any other bagpipe learning experience in the world. Let the Dojo channel your enthusiasm into a fun and fulfilling program that will empower you with the knowledge to fall in love with piping all over again. So go to dojouniversity.com/Big Rab and take advantage of our 30-day free trial of Dojo Premium membership. Join the global community of students today and rediscover the fun of bagpiping. dojouniversity.com/Big Rab for a 30-day free trial. All right, let's get into all the news and updates. Now, before we get into everything else, news-worthy, I have to give a shout-out to our Fuse FM Ballymoney radio show last night. Yeah, we had a special Big Rab show on Fuse where we brought in two super subs, I'm going to call them. Yeah, we had two guest presenters on the Big Rab show last night on Fuse. We had Catherine Stewart and Jack McGowan, and man, what a show. I have to say the reaction from the Rab Show listeners was nothing short of incredible. Everyone seemed to be so supportive and actually really loved the change. So you didn't have to listen to me wibbling on every Tuesday night. So it was a refreshing change. So Jack and Catherine had a real good show last night. Jack took us through plenty of his favourite medleys. Catherine took us through a lot of what she really enjoyed doing with modern piping from Lincoln Hilton, etc. So there was a great mix there between competitive bands and some of the ultra-modern stuff from the piping and Celtic scene. So, just a really enjoyable show. I have to say, massive thank you to Jack and to Catherine for taking the helm last night. It enabled me to get the band practice and get a bit of maintenance done on my pipes. Just brilliant to get a night off and be able to concentrate a little bit on my piping for an evening. So there you go. So I took a break from the microphone last night and, I don't know, I could be out of a job at this rate. Jack and Catherine done a smashing job. So well done, guys. Yes, if you did happen to miss the show live, then you can go over there onto Patreon and, you can go and listen again. Because every week we do upload our show from Fuse over there to Patreon. So, that's one of it's one of the perks of being a Patreon sub, I guess, that if you do want to subscribe and never miss a show, then, you get your 2-hour radio show every single week over there. There you go. So last night's special has been uploaded to Patreon. I know it's a shameless plug, but if you do want to hear that show, and I'm actually going to go back and listen to it again. It was a cracker. So there you go. Shout out to Jack and Catherine. Thank you so much, guys. That was such an incredible show. And here, don't be too long until you're coming back again. Yeah, I think there's definitely a high demand to have you guys back behind the microphone again. There you go. All right. Of course, this past week, we marked a couple of milestones, I guess, and we didn't mention it on last week's show, unfortunately. Just a happy Canada Day to all of our Canadian friends there, of course, on July 1st. Happy Canada Day, and also, of course, to all of our American mates. Happy 4th of July, indeed. Now, I'm sure, all across both of those days of celebration, there was tons of piping action. Now, I didn't really see much across social media, but I do know that there was a lot of parades and stuff around July 4th where a lot of pipers were out parading and stuff and celebrating the Independence Day, and same with Canada Day. But unfortunately, not a lot of it seemed to hit social media, so we didn't get an opportunity to share those performances. But either way, just wanted to let you know a very happy Canada Day and a happy 4th of July. There you go. It's not really a news story, but I'll drop it in anyway. Okay, I have to give a shout out to the National Youth Pipe Band of New Zealand, who has just taken flights and headed out to Canada as part of a bit of a tour that they're doing. So they're playing various different concerts and performances and things. They're also going to be competing when they're out there as well. But yeah, they're also, mainly going to be taking part in Piping Hot Summer Drummer, which has just opened its doors. So I have to give a shout out to the National Youth Pipe Band of New Zealand. It's been great following their progress online. Thanks to the Royal New Zealand Pipe Band Association, who's been posting updates throughout, as well as the National Youth Pipe Band themselves. They've been posting little updates and stuff to their socials. It's just really enjoyable watching all of their adventures, and they've been giving little periodic posts and stuff, of like reports of what they've experienced when they're out there. So, hey, it's fantastic to see that they can travel all around the globe and get all of these great adventures just by playing bagpipes. There you go. So shout out to the National Youth Pipe Band of New Zealand. Hope you've enjoyed your trip, guys. And enjoy the Piping Hot Summer Drummer. Yeah. If anything, there was one really cool photo I seen of the band all standing at Simon Fraser University, all posing in front of the big sign. Oh, very cool. So there you go. Shout out to you guys. Hope you're having a good time. Okay, and I know with pretty much every podcast we get into deadlines and all that kind of stuff, so just wanted to remind you that there are quite a number of deadlines fast approaching, and one of them is for the Piping Live Big Band. Now, we mentioned it last week. A number of people reached out actually and asked, well, how do you go and apply? Well, if you do want to be a part of the Piping Live Big Band, which takes place on the Monday of Piping Live, so it kicks off the event with a huge parade and raises a ton of money for charity, then go to pipinglive.co.uk and then just follow the links for the Piping Live Big Band. You need to get your registrations in by the 24th of July. Now, there is a registration fee, however, that does help go towards the charity, plus you also get a pretty sweet Piping Live Big Band t-shirt. There you go. So if you do want to be a part of that, then do go get your registrations in. As I've said, the deadline is the 24th of July. Yeah, so there you go. Piping Live Big Band. It's quite a big event, that. It does attract hundreds of pipers and drummers from all across. So, yeah, why not? Put your name down, help raise some money for charity. Yeah. Okay, I have to mention about the broadcast of a brand new documentary called The Battle of the Bagpipes. Now, I don't know if you've managed to see this yet, but we've been sharing it out across our socials since it launched. Now, this is going to be available on Sky Arts here in the UK, which is Freeview Channel 36. There you go. So it's part of a 3-part documentary, which, it all kicked off on the 3rd of July there, so you can go back and watch it again. This 3-part documentary details the competitive world of bagpiping, all through the eye of Sky Arts. Now, we know that they can do some real high-quality documentaries, and from what I've heard, the feedback from this has just been fantastic. Now, I haven't actually viewed it myself yet, but I do hope to do so in the near future. But just wanted to draw it to your attention. There is a brand new 3-part full documentary called Battle of the Bagpipes, thanks to Sky Arts. So go ahead, follow the links on our socials, and go and check it out for yourself. And hopefully I'll get a bit of time myself here. I'm going to have a watch at it too. Yeah, it sounds interesting. Yeah. Okay, now I know that this week we're going to be talking all about the draw for the World Championships. All right? Now, you might think we might be jumping the gun here because we haven't done a show yet previewing the Scottish, or we haven't done a show previewing the Euros, because the draw for the European Championships is now available. But don't worry, just to answer your questions, because we did get some on our social media asking us, "Hi Rab, why haven't you talked about Dumbarton yet, or Perth for that matter?" Well, they will be on future shows. We will be doing a full Scottish Championship preview and, of course, a full European Championship preview as well. We will get into all of it. So the draws for those 2 competitions are available. You can go and have a read at them. And let's say this, the draw for the Euros certainly makes for some interesting reading. There's a lot of international bands in here that we weren't expecting to see so early. But hey, it's great to see. If anything, the Euros is shaping up to be quite a huge competition. So, looking forward to Perth now. Absolutely. So, just to let you know, we will be talking about it in a future show. We're just not going to unpack it just yet, but we will get to it. But this week's show, we're definitely focusing on the Worlds, because that's come on, it's the Big Yin. You can't miss it, so we'll have to talk about it. All right, let's move on, shall we? Okay, I have to give a shout out to Letterkenny and District Pipe Band, who put it out on their social media, something really quite exciting. Yeah, Letterkenny and District announced on their socials just last week that they're going to be taking part in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York next year. What? Yeah, can you believe it? So, yeah, they're going to be parading down Fifth Avenue in New York. Man, what a moment. So, that's going to be exciting. So, on the 17th of March next year in New York, be prepared to catch Letterkenny and District. Now, we know they can play a tune, and we're so stoked that they're going to be there representing Letterkenny and Donegal, and, yeah, the bagpiping world for that matter, at, the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York. Fantastic. I hope this is a trend of things to come, to see competitive bands getting involved in, huge events like this, like the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York. So, hey, I'm all for it. So, yeah, shout out to Letterkenny and District. Can't wait to see you on the streets of New York. That's going to be all sorts of exciting. Fantastic. Okay, I think we've waited long enough to talk about the All-Ireland Championships, haven't we? Yeah, absolutely we have. Okay, let's get into it. The All-Ireland Championships this past weekend, I have to say, were an absolute roaring success. I've heard nothing but glowing reviews of the venue, the organisation of it all. It was just fantastic all round. Now, as we mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, we were treated to a special performance from the 70s tribute band. We will talk about that, all right? But first of all, I want to get through the results and everything, okay? There was a lot to unpack here, and it did take quite a bit of time for the overall sheets to get published online, and that was a bit of a topic as well. We did get photographs from someone's phone of the announcement sheet, I guess. That was published on the IPBA website, not the website, the social media, I guess. But that was it. It gave us up to 4th place in each grade and nothing else. We didn't really see the overall sheets until much later in the week. They were all published on the IPBA.ie eventually, and they did have some issues with that regard as well. Whenever they were published initially, I don't know whether it got hacked or something happened, but yeah, there was all sorts of virus issues and things like that, and wanting you to click on it and give your credit card detail if you want to access this page and all of this. So thankfully, all now fixed. It is now up on the website, published in full with no vicious or malicious links or anything. So yeah, just shout out to the IPBA. We know they had issues getting this published, but now it is finally fixed and up there now. So you can go and view the full summary sheets from the All-Ireland Championships. Let's get into it, shall we? Right, let's get into the bands first of all. I'm going to start there. So looking at Grade 4B then, All-Ireland Champions, Black Raven. Yes! Oh, go on, the Black Raven. Yeah, of course, following their success at the recent UK Championships, they're just following form. The band were sounding absolutely fantastic. Well done to Black Raven. All-Ireland champions. In 2nd place was Altnavay Memorial. Yes, well done, Altnavay. And if anything, I did hear their performance. It was quite a good run there, guys, so well done. In 3rd place was the Major Sinclair Memorial. Go on, the Sinclair. In 4th place then was the band I was just chatting about there, Letterkenny and District. Yeah, not bad. So if you want to go to 5th and 6th then, in 5th place was Marlacoo, which a fantastic result considering that they've been off the road for so long. Now they're back in the circle again and winning prizes. That's fantastic. And then in 6th place then was the Carrigaline. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Carrigaline Pipe Band came in 6th. Now also the drumming went to Carrigaline along with the best midsection. M&D went to Black Raven and the pipes went to Letterkenny. So quite a busy weekend there in 4B. Quite a huge grade. I have to give a shout out to North Texas Caledonia who juked it out in there. So yeah, well done guys. But I think overall, I don't know, just a very, very competitive grade. So many great performances throughout. There's a lot of highlights here. So if you do happen to see any of those performances from 4B, definitely worthy of your time. Go and check them out. Right, let's look at Grade 4A then, shall we? Yeah, in 1st place was Irvine Memorial. Go on, the Irvine! All-Ireland champions. In 2nd place was Uppercross Gar. In 3rd place was Cullen. 4th was Ballyboley. 5th was New Rawson District. And 6th was Grantia. Grantia also managed to lift the drumming. And midsection went to Irvine. M&D went to William Kerr. There you go. Pipes went to Cullen. So overall, again, another blistering competition. That was a very tough grade by all accounts. So yeah, well done to Irvine Memorial coming out on top. So very competitive. But yeah, All-Ireland champions for 2024. All right, looking at Grade 3B then, we had Surla and District who are our All-Ireland champions. Now, they won that on ensemble preference. They also happened to lift the drumming as well. Midsection, however, went to Drumloch. Yes, go on the Drumlock, who finished in third place. In second place on the day was Clock Finn, who lifted the piping. There you are. So just the 3 bands there in Grade 3B, but still very bitterly fought for, I have to say. So very difficult competition there. But well done to Surla, who lifted it overall an ensemble preference All-Ireland champions. All right, moving on to Grade 3A. In first place was Clocker and Districts, All-Ireland champions for 2024. Well done, Clocker. In second place was the Major Sinclair Memorial. Go on, the Sinclair. Good stuff, guys. In third place then was McNeilstown. Yes, well done. And in fourth place then was Cullabaccy. Fifth was the Matt Boyd, and in sixth place then was Kildog. There were 6 bands in the grade in total. So the drumming on the day went to the Matt Boyd Memorial, who also lifted the midsection. Piping went to Clocker, and the M&D went to the Major Sinclair. Yeah, I have to say, Matt Boyd Memorial, I know I gave them a shout last week for their drumming, but they're absolutely cooking at the minute drumming-wise. So yeah, go and have a listen to the Matt Boyd if you haven't already. They had a great run at the All-Ireland Championships. Yeah. Fair play. So there you go. But also fair play to Clocker and District, who lifted that top spot. All-Ireland champions. Now, on to the ridiculous grade. Now, there was a ton of great music played in here, I have to say. All 4 performances were, I don't know, man. They would just melt your face. All right, such good music played in here. But I have to give full credit to Ravara, who lifted everything in the grade on the day. Yeah, All-Ireland champions, Ravara. Yeah, with ones right across the board. Quite convincing win. Well done, guys. Second place on the day was Manor Cunningham. Go on, the Manor. Well done, guys. In third place was Tullylagan Pipe Band. Yes, well done, guys. And in fourth place then was St. Joseph's Clondalkin. There you go. Now, I have to say, all 4 performances in grade 2 on the day, honestly, I know I say it a lot, but it was absolutely blistering. Very, very enjoyable. Just top class. So the grade 2 is continuing to earn its title as the ridiculous grade, honestly. So good luck to everybody in that grade if you're competing, but so enjoyable as a spectator, honestly. All right. So grade 1, the Big Yin. All right. Now, as soon as we heard the results for the MSR competition, we kind of got a bit of an idea as to how it was all going to shake down, because we do know that preference is given to MSR. Yeah. So, on the day, the winners of the MSR competition, St. Lawrence O'Toole. Yes, there you go. Go on the mighty slot. Yes, and in second place was the Field Marshal. Third place was Closs-Kilt. Drummond went to St. Lawrence, and midsection also went to St. Lawrence for the MSR. There you are. So, I have to say, the piping, actually, on both the medley and the MSR was both split between St. Lawrence and Field Marshal for both medley and MSR. So, yeah, for anyone reading the summary sheets, there is some confusion. There's no one listed here under the piping results. That's because it was a draw. It was split between both bands. So I think the differences that came in here were the drumming results and the ensemble. So, yeah, I think for the MSR, absolutely, St. Lawrence O'Toole absolutely thumped it. It was such a good run. So I think we have to listen to it, don't we? So we're going to play a little clip of it here. So here's a little introduction from St. Lawrence O'Toole's MSR performance. They hit the line with such confidence, you know, and this tune absolutely sings. So let's get a listen to it. Here's a little clip of St. Lawrence O'Toole and their MSR performance from this past weekend at the All-Ireland Championships. there you have it. I think we'll leave it there. But yeah, go and have a listen to the full performance. It's such a good run. So well done to St. Lawrence O'Toole. Moving on to the medley then. Yeah, Field Marshal Montgomery won the medley selection. Yes, and again split the piping with the second place finisher was St. Lawrence O'Toole. Yes, and the third place finisher was Closkelt. I have to say, again, medley selections can be very subjective. I could not separate the bands here. Honestly, between FM, St. Lawrence and Closkelt, I really enjoyed all three performances. I just would not want to be a judge in that circle. I think whenever we get to our next major in Dumbarton, our judges are going to have such a difficult job, you know. Listening to performances from other recordings from some of our other Grade 1 big guns, the music is only continuing to get better as the season progresses, and we're seeing evidence of this at the All-Irelands. Field Marshal's medley was absolutely singing, but so was St. Lawrence, and so was Closkelt. It was just too close to call. So let's get a listen then to the first place medley on the day and at the All-Ireland Championships, which came from Field Marshal Montgomery. So let's get a little introduction from them then, shall we? Here they are. Here's the Field Marshal Montgomery and their medley selection at this past weekend's All-Ireland Championship. think we'll leave it there. There you go. Yeah, Field Marshal Montgomery And that was the introduction to their medley selection at this past weekend's All-Ireland Championship. Now, so that they won the medley selection. All right, they also lifted the drum in there for the medley as well, I have to say. Midsection, however, went to St. Lawrence for the medley. So the piping again was split between FM and St. Lawrence. So, yeah, it was anybody's really. But, yeah, I really enjoyed Field Marshal's medley. But I cannot count out what St. Lawrence did. I'm Closskelt as well. It's such, oh man, the music is just incredible here in Grade 1. So yeah, Field Marshal lifting the medley, St. Lawrence O'Toole lifting the MSR. So of course, on MSR preference, our All-Ireland champion on the day, St. Lawrence O'Toole. Yes, well done guys. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how normally competitions are split between, when it goes to MSR medley, it goes in MSR preference. Of course, the overall drumming went on MSR preference as well, and that went to St. Lawrence O'Toole as well. And because the piping was split between both bands in both disciplines, they didn't award a best pipes, I guess, yeah, for the All-Ireland Championships, because it was split. There you go. So, folks, I have to say, the All-Ireland Championships as a whole was an absolutely smashing event. I have to say, the music was just incredible across the grades, especially in Grade 1, where a lot of the medley selections were just, whew. Like last week, we played a clip of Closkelt's medley that they played in Antrim. Well, yeah, they're absolutely finding form at the moment. Such a good run in Antrim, and then equally so at the weekend, at the All-Ireland Championships. Both the FM and St. Lawrence and Closkelt definitely seemed to bring their A game. It was a very difficult day for the judges, which was very satisfying. There you go. So, let's quickly run through the drum major results, shall we, from the All-Ireland Championships, starting with our novice grade. In first place was Willow Rose Elliott. Yes, well done, Willow Rose. In second place was Harry Couples. Third was Holly Gracie. Fourth was Charlotte Adamson. And fifth place was Heidi Poots. There you are, that's your novice grade. Moving on to juniors then. In first place we had Georgia Turkington. Well done, Georgia, All-Ireland champion. In second place we had Lydia Todd. Third was Molly Bell. Fourth was Maya Lily Fraser, and in fifth place was Lydia Bingham. There you are. So yeah, quite a competitive grade there in juniors, actually. Quite a number competing at that. Yeah. Moving on to juvenile then, but yeah, in first place, All-Ireland champion, Carries Graham. Well done, Carries! You! In second place was Lewis Charles Anderson. Yeah. In third place was Jamie Lee Wilson. Fourth was Ben Dixon, and in fifth place was Louise Smighton. There you are. That's your juvenile grade. Do you know that juvenile section seems to be ultra competitive this year? I seem to be reading out the the same sort of list of names each time, but they're always chopping and changing in positions. And even at that, the odd time, there's always a new name creeps in there. So the juvenile grade for drum majors seems to be really competitive at the moment. So, hey, good luck to our juvenile drum majors for future competitions. It seems to be wide open at the moment, and it's very interesting and entertaining as a spectator to watch all of this. So yeah, shout out to our juveniles. All right, and of course the All-Ireland champion Carries Graham. Well done. Moving on to seniors then, or adult drum majors. All-Ireland champion for 2024, Cara Gilmer. Yes, well done, Cara. And really seemed quite chuffed to be winning that title as well. And there's some very heartwarming photographs with her and her family. So there you are. Shout out to Cara. It's great to see it winning the All-Ireland title there. Fantastic. In second place, the runner-up spot was Emma Barr. Go on, Emma. Yeah. In third place was Jamie Couples. In fourth place was Kathy Hunter. And in fifth place was Andrea McKeown Gibson. Now, again, the senior drum majors, equally so as the juvenile, it seems to be really competitive. So, yeah, for drum majoring fans, there's never been a better time to get into drum majoring, I have to say. Yeah, looking across the grades and the various results from so far this season, it's been really, really competitive. I keep saying that, but it's true. Yeah, and we still have a number of majors to go before we reach the Big Yin, which we'll talk about in this week's topic. But, just shout out to All-Ireland champions, Willow Rose Elliott, Georgia Turkington, Carries Graham, and Cara Gilmer. Yeah, All-Ireland champions, each and every one of you. But to everybody else who lifted silverware, well done. And, hey, I don't know. This has been such an entertaining season so far, and I cannot wait to continue following the action from the drum majoring. There's a lot. Yeah, and we're about to see more, I guess, as I click this button and find out what's happening at the Worlds. Anyway, we'll get into that. But before we do, we have to talk about the 70s tribute band. Now, The last time we seen the 70s tribute band was back in 2022, I believe, and where they were kind of seen as a bit of a side act, I guess, in between the MSR and the medley in Grade 1. Well, they brought this on as a bit of a way to mark the anniversary of the first medley selection being played in a competition. Well, ever since then, people didn't really pay attention to it until afterwards, and they realized, oh my word, that was amazing, And then they heard the recordings, and then it was, we were kind of getting bombarded on Fuse FM. Play it again. Well, they have decided to make a return to the circle, but this time they played a new medley selection. This was one from Shots and Dykehead back in the early 70s, which earned them the world title whenever they played this. So, I don't know, man. I am absolutely a huge fan of looking back at all of these old classic recordings and stuff, and then to see bands actually playing it live in front of you, it's something else. It was such a special moment listening to these guys. So I have to play it here on the podcast. So let's get a listen to it. Here they are, the 70s tribute band, as they performed that famous Shots and Dykehead medley from all the way back in the early 70s. This was such a good performance. there you have it. You know, honestly, that was such a special performance by the 70s tribute band. Yeah, I can really see the value in looking back, you know, and it's all well and good listening back to those old recordings, and that's one thing, but I've always said it, recordings never do a pipe band justice, and it's not until you hear the music live in front of your face that it really does have that impact. So this project of the 70s tribute band, bringing this music back to life again, it's incredible. It's so good to see. So if you do ever have the opportunity to see these guys, I don't know if they ever will be performing live again. I don't know. But we said back in 2022 that it sent huge shockwaves through the piping world. And yeah, they're back again, and they've done it again. You know, it's all anyone's talking about from the past weekend at the All-Ireland Championships. Everyone's talking about the 70s tribute band. Did you hear them? Oh, my word. Well, yeah, for many different aspects. The tone, the drum scores as well, that you know, from John Scullion there, really old classic drum scores that were really musical and enjoyable to listen to. You know, very well suited to the music. They seem to follow every note. Really incredible stuff. Also, the construction of the medley as well, like very different from what we do nowadays. And there's a lot to unpack there, you know, with lots of old traditional tunes now coming back into competitive circles as a result of what happened back in 2022. Now that we're looking at old music again, I think it can only be a good thing. And a lot of people now are talking after that performance at the All-Ireland Championships. They're now thinking, wow, you know, some of the tunes, man, that they played there sounded so good. And they weren't their usual, you know, finger fireworks, as I call it, you know? Yeah, just really enjoyable, very musical, and yeah, just, I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the 70s tribute band, and this is now their second performance in public, and I have to say that I really hope there's going to be more. Now, I'm good mates with quite a number of people who are involved in the band, and yeah, they all they could say was just that it was fun. They just enjoyed playing the music, for being in the circle and putting on a show. And that's what it was. You know, it was music for music's sake. Yeah. However, I'm going to talk about the rumours now, because there's loads of them, all right, all surrounding the 70s tribute band. Now, the rumours are that, yeah, there's now talk that the 70s tribute band, if they were actually to be a registered competitive band, how would they fare in competition? Oh, ooh, I'm just going to throw that little curveball there, and I'm going to leave it for you guys to decide. Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Now, absolutely, it's a rumour. We've had nothing confirmed. There's been nothing published in black and white to say, yes, we're going to be competing. Nothing like that. In fact, we haven't anything to say that they might even be performing again. We just don't know. But there's been plenty of talk. Imagine if a Grade 1 big gun band walked in and played a selection from back in the early 70s. Just how would it fare in competition? Does make for some interesting conversation, doesn't it? Yeah. Like if you put that medley that you just heard up against the likes of Inverary or People's Ford or St. Lawrence, you know, some of these Grade 1 big guns that are performing at the moment at an absolutely insanely high level, and bringing some of those old classic tunes against some of the ultra-modern stuff, just how would it fare? It's an interesting dynamic, that one, isn't it? One that we can possibly unpack in a future show, but we would love to know your opinions on that. How do you believe the 70s tribute band would fare competitively if they were to play competitively with music from the 70s era? An interesting conversation, that one. Yeah. Anyway, I have to say, that was absolutely a moment in time, and I'm very thankful that the Big Rab Show team were there to capture it in all of its detail. Even the march into the competition circle was enjoyable. You know, they had a full drum major display team there from The Force, and they put on quite a display, marching the band into the circle and out. It was very enjoyable stuff. And, yeah, of course, the medley you just heard there, I don't know. We're going to be talking about this now for weeks and months and possibly years to come. Yeah, 70s tribute band has definitely had an impact on the piping scene, and I think a very positive one for that. So, yeah. If we do hear more information or any confirmed details about any future plans or performances by the 70s Tribute Band, we will definitely let you folks know here on The Rab Show. And I would urge you, if you do have opportunity to go and see them, please go and watch these guys live. Absolutely an experience. So, yeah, for those who can't watch them live, though, do go and check it out on our YouTube channel. As we mentioned earlier, we do have a full multicam 4K video on our YouTube channel from multiple different angles all over the place. We've filmed it as best as we could. So, yeah, a lot of great action there in that clip and that video. Yeah, a lot of enjoyable music. Just fantastic. So, shout out to the 70s Tribute Band. Another moment in time that I don't think the piping world will forget anytime soon. That was so enjoyable. All right, let's move on, I guess. Okay, so we've talked all about the All-Ireland Championships, and yeah, I am just itching to hit the button on this. You know, the world's draw is sitting here right in front of me, and I haven't looked at it yet. So, right, but before we even get there, we have to hit dates for your diary. So, why delay any further? We're going to go through dates for your diary, and then I'm finally going to click on this button, and you genuinely are going to get my real reaction to this. I've been avoiding it all day. Oh, right. Let's get into dates for your diary. I'll be right back. Ready to take your plan to the next level? Say hello to the ES Session Chanter, the ultimate practice chanter designed for versatility and durability. Crafted from stainless steel and aluminium, the chanter comes equipped for both an A stem and a B flat stem, giving you the freedom to play along with any instrument, anytime, anywhere. Whether at a band practice or a trad session, the ES Session Chanter keeps pace with your creativity. Included with the chanter is the custom carbon carry case, the perfect addition to this compact and tactile instrument. To get yours, head to essessionchanter.co.uk.
It's time for Dates for Your Diary, here on the Big Rab Show Podcast.
Okay, dates for your diary. Now, we're going to fly through this as quickly as we can here, because I do finally want to click on this link and find out what the score is with the Worlds. But let's go through your dates first of all. So, get your pen and paper ready. Let's start with the 13th of July on Saturday. Yes, the Minnesota Highland Games is opening its gates in St. Paul in Minnesota. Yeah, we are expecting quite a bit of piping and drumming action at this one. So, yeah, we will share out any performances we can across our socials when we find them. So that's a date for your diary, July 13th. Also this weekend, on Sunday, we have a competition taking place in Corby. So that's on the 14th of July. So, yeah, looking forward to that now, yeah. On the 20th of July then, next week, we have the competition in Renfrew. Now, I do believe the draw for this is available. You can go along to the RSPBA site and view it for yourself. So that's a date for your diary right there, 20th of July. Also, I have to give a mention to the RSPBA Summer School, which is, well, its title is called Star Chaser. Like that. Yeah, this is taking place in RSPBA headquarters from the 22nd of July through to the 26th, and those who are taking part will have already been enrolled by this stage, as registrations are now closed. So yeah, just wanted to give you a shout out. That's taking place, the RSPBA Summer School, from the 22nd through to the 26th of July. Right, also, a date that should firmly be in your diary is the Scottish Championships, taking place on the 27th of July in Dumbarton. Yeah, this is one of my favourite majors in the calendar, and for many different reasons. Fantastic venue, just a great competition. Scottish Championships, 27th of July. Then, bringing it closer to home here in Northern Ireland, we have the Ulster Championships. Now, in a brand new venue, of course, in Cookstown High School. That's taking place on the 3rd of August. That's going to be a busy weekend for piping and drumming, because also, on the 4th of August, then, we have the Bridge of Allen competition. Yes, that's quite a big one. So, yeah, we are waiting on details on that. I haven't seen them yet. Now, they may be available. I just haven't seen them yet. But, yeah, Bridge of Allen competition, that's shaping up to be a big one there, too. So that's the Scottish, the Ulster Championships, Bridge of Allen. Yeah, we've got a lot of piping action happening after the little bit of a July break, I guess. So there you go. Plenty of dates for your diary, people. So get that all noted down. And if you haven't, then you can press rewind. It's a podcast. You can go back and listen again. But yeah, suffice to say, there's going to be tons of dates and stuff all across the piping world over the next few weeks. It's going to be a lot to keep up with. And as I've said, if there are any dates, of course, that we should be featuring here, then please do email us in, bigrabshow@gmail.com, and we'll do our best to get those included in a future Dates for Your Diary. Alrighty, it's finally time for me to go and get a big cup of tea. I can't wait to click on this button, boys. Yeah. Oh, let's get into it. It's time for the topic of the week. Wallace Bagpipes. Quality, pride and passion. Made in Scotland. Proud bagpipe supplier to the Red Hot Chili Pipers. Visit wallacebagpipes.com for more information or contact your nearest dealer. Okay, folks, let's finally get into this week's topic. It seems to be we've been building all the way through this episode to me finally clicking this button and getting access to the draw. Now, it's been sitting here laughing at me. I'm looking at the RSPBA site right now and it just says click on the link for the draw. So I have resisted temptation up until now, to the point of me recording this. Now, I have to say, my own personal mobile has been going a bit nuts, asking questions. There's been a few emails I've just noticed. Yeah, there's about 6 emails in here already since the draw was published. Right, I'm not going to look at any emails, not going to any messages. I'm just going to ignore all spoilers until now, and I'm going to record my real reaction when I hit the button. All right, so anyone who has emailed me personally or contacted me, sorry for ignoring you. This is the reason why. I'm recording it all kind of live for a podcast with no edits. All right, so... Oh, I'm excited. The draw for the 2024 World Pipe Band Championships is now live on the rspba.org. You can go and click on it and go through it with me here if you want to. Why not? Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. Right, let's click the button. Let's find out just how many bands have entered to compete for the Big Yin this year. Let's go. Oh, right. It's a PDF. Download the PDF. Yes, and open. Okay, right. We're starting with Novice Juvenile B. Right, I want to start with the drum majors, actually. So I'm going to scroll down. So they've started with the bands here, I can see. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. All right, so we have the adults. There's the juvenile, junior, and then we're into grade 1. So I'm not going to read how many bands. All right, let's start with our junior drum majors then, shall we? Okay. We have 3 different heats here for our junior final. All right, okay. We have Harry Couples from Surla, Charlotte Adamson, Grace Murdoch, Holly Gracie, Maya Lily Fraser, Lydia Todd, Georgia Turkington, Willow Rose Elliott, Heidi Putz, Catherine Spears, and Molly Bell. Yeah, a lot of names that I'm well used to reading out at this point. Yeah, that's going to be very competitive. Yeah, on 3 different heats there. So there you go. But it's a straight final. There's no qualifying here by the looks of things. So it's going to be 3 finals all running. Yeah, 3 heats. There you go. All right, and looking at the juvenile grade there, 2 heats just. We have Carries Graham, Rachel Hartsaw, Lewis Charles Anderson, Louise Smyton, Maya Buckley, and Jamie Lee Wilson. There you go. So just the 2 heats then for the juveniles. So I was expecting a bit of a larger entry for the juveniles there, but there you go. As we mentioned earlier, it's ultra competitive in that juvenile grade, so that's going to be plenty of action to get through there. There you go. So 2 finals with 3 drum majors in each heat there for the juveniles. Good stuff. All right, let's get into the adults then. All right, just going to have a quick scan down through here. Wow. Okay, hold on a minute. How many? Holy smokes. Okay. There's a lot in here. There's a full page going here. We have 8 different heats in total. What's going on with 3 in each heat? I think. No, 4 in some of them. Wow, okay. I don't know. You can really get into the detail here. But yeah, looking at the adult drum majors, there's so many in here. Okay, let's kick off at the very beginning then, shall we? For adult drum majors, we have Sean Dixon, of course, from the Kevin R. Blanford Memorial. Go on, Sean. Jason Pacquiao, of course, from SFU. We have Talal Al-Mamri from the Royal Army of Oman. Good stuff. We have Justin Gonzalez from the City of Angels. Go on, Justin. Yeah. We have Emma Barr from Field Marshal, Graham Wise from Burnt Island District, Kelsey Meechan from Dumbarton and District, Catherine McKeown from Battle Hill. We have Gertjan van Roos. There you go. I think he's affectionately called Bert. Is that right in saying that? I don't know. So that's from Dutch Pipes and Drums in the Netherlands. Good stuff. Charlotte Ruddock from Battle Hill. Kevin Renton, of course, People's Ford, Bog Hall and Bathgate. Cara Gilmer, defending world champion from Police Scotland and Federation. We have Hamoud Al-Saniri, Sanimni, stuff the Rab got wrong, from the Royal Army of Oman. My apologies, Hamoud. I pronounced your name terribly wrong there. We have Jamie Livingston from Joseph Ford Memorial. Liam Renton from Inverary. We have Nadir Jabali from the Royal Army of Oman. That's 3 drum majors they have competing in there. There you go, good stuff. We have Lauren Hanna from Police Scotland Fife. Jamie Couples from Ravara. We have Gib Fraser from the Royal Borough of Annan. Andrea McKeown Gibson from Battle Hill. We have Hamid Al Ghafari from the Royal Army of Oman. That's another one. Wow. Okay, moving on. So many from the Royal Army of Oman. This is great. We have Greg Rutchford from Kevin R. Blanford. That's their 2nd drum major in there. Good stuff. Good to see you, Greg. We have Becky Cox from Trin Blackrock. Mohammed Al Amiri, from the Royal Army of Oman. They've got a lot of drum majors in here. Wow. Okay, move on. We have Ryan Murdoch from Scottish Power. We have Grace Thompson from Marlaku. Abigail Wenlock from Shotts and Dykehead. We have Abdullah Al-Muhari from the Royal Army of Oman. Another drum major. Wow. And Kathy Hunter then from Manor Cunningham. Wow. That's a lot of drum majors, folks. Seriously. And here, shout out to the Royal Army of Oman. They've submitted quite a number of drum majors in here. Wow. That's really quite impressive. Let me go through here and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drum majors. That could be stuff that Rab got wrong. I just quickly counted there. Royal Army of Oman with 6 adult drum majors in the final there. Hey, this is going to be good, isn't it? Oh, so many big names in there. And, that's very exciting for drum major fans. Yeah, it's great to see so many senior drum majors competing. Yeah, that tells you that the drum majoring world's definitely in a very healthy place. And, are we going to get into predictions just yet? Absolutely not. It's way too early. But it's great to see such a healthy entry across there, for the senior drum majors. Also, the juvenile, not as many as I expected. Just 6 in total there. I had expected more in the juvenile grade, but I guess it is what it is. Looking at the juniors then, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's quite good for juniors. Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's it for drum majors. Quite an impressive entry all round, I think, for drum majors. Quite a number of competitors there, so that's great. All right, scroll up to the top of the page, Rab. Right, let's get into the bands then. All right, Novice Juvenile B. Okay, we have 2 heats here. Yeah, how many bands in total for Novice B? 28 bands? Whoa! Holy smokes, that's a big grade. Wow, okay. 2 different heats, 28 bands in total, so you're talking... 14 in each heat. Wow, okay, right. Looking at heat 1 then, we have the Capital District Youth Pipe Bands. Oh, hey. Fantastic. Looking forward to seeing them, actually. They're from the US, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are. So they're first on in Novice B, so they have quite an early start. So that's at 9 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, good luck to the Capital District Youth Band. That's a tough draw there. Moving on, we have the Isle of Arran Music School. There you go. And then we have Preston Lodge High School. Go on the PL. And then we have Dollar Academy, Kintyre Schools, Lewis and Harris Youth. We have Falkirk Schools, Tynecastle, Scots College, number 2 from Australia, are making the trip. There you go. Good to see you. We have Seagal Linekelt. There you go. Lochgilly High School Junior, Oban High School, Pipe Band Gordon School, and Edinburgh Academy. And that makes up your first heat there. Wow. There's a lot of big names in there. As I mentioned there, Scots College, Capital District Youth, Dollar, of course, and Preston Lodge. There's so many big names in that one group there. Ooh, that could be tough. Yeah. Ooh, here. Good luck, everybody. And as I said, that's a tough draw because that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and by a quarter to 11, 10:44 a.m., that group is finished. Yeah. So that's quite an early start for a lot of those bands there. Yeah. Novice B. Okay, let's move on. Second group then for Novice Juvenile B, we have West Lothian Schools, again, they're starting at 9 a.m. as well. So that's, again, a tough draw. Next band in that group is People's Ford, Bog Hall and Bathgate. They're Novice Juvenile B band. We also have the High School of Dundee, Dunnan Grammar, St Columbus School, Kilmacombe, Renfrewshire Schools Development Pipe Band. We have Balerno and District Schools Pipe Band. We have the Hutchison's Grammar School. We have Robert Gordon's College Pipes and Drums, North Lanarkshire Schools, Brisbane Boys College. Oh, from Australia. They're making the trip. Ah, great. There you go. We have Stirling and District Schools Junior. Yeah. Have Burnt Island District and Bucksburn and District Novice. There you go. Now, again, another really competitive group there. And I can't decide which one. Now, I'm going to probably use this term a lot, but the group of death. All right. There is normally one group that is seen to be particularly tough in comparison to another. And everyone always calls it the group of death. Anytime we have a good number of bands competing in one grade, and you do have to split them into qualifying groups, then, there is always that comparison. So, Group 1 versus Group 2, I don't know. They're both on a par, if I'm honest. Yikes. But, hey, it's great to see so many international bands in here. Shout out to Brisbane Boys College, and Scots College number 2 as well, both from Australia. Capital District Youth Pipe Band, I'd be excited to see them. There's quite I've mentioned them a number of times now. There's quite a number of bands in here that I haven't actually heard in person yet. So, I'm not going to get into predictions yet, but it's just really great. 28 bands for Novice Juvenile B. That's massive. Oh, this bodes well. And I've only just started. All right, okay, let's roll on. Novice Juvenile A, have we got the usual? Oh, no, we don't. We have the 11 in here. Ooh, who's the new faces that we haven't seen this season yet? Okay. Novice Juvenile A, we're running a straight final with 11 bands. All right, we have George Watson's College. Yes. We have West Lothian Schools. Okay. St Columbus School, Kilmacombe, followed by North Lanarkshire Schools. Then we have Scots College number 1 from Australia. There we go. Yes, so they're competing in Juvenile A. We have then George Heriot Schools, Renfrewshire Schools, Brisbane Boys College Pipe Bands. Yes, their Juvenile A is also duking it out in the circle. And we have Oban High School, Dollar Academy, and Lochgilly High School. There you go. That would make, that accounts for the extra bands then, doesn't it? Yeah, that we weren't expecting. If anything, I'm dead excited to see Scots College number 1 in there because, you might be aware that their pipe major is quite famous in the trad and folk scene. Yep, Mark Saul. Oh, yep. There's quite a number of big names in here, of course. Oban High School's PM is Angus McCall Jr., of course, and Dollar Academy's PM, of course, Callum Beaumont. A lot of big names in here. And, I forgot, West Lothian Schools, Graham Drummond, of course. Ben Duncan as well as George Watson's. Come on, there's so many big names in here, so many great musicians. I'm really looking forward to that. Ooh, 11 bands. Oh, man, I'm getting excited now. Because I know we're going to be heading into Grade 4B now. Right. And before I even scroll down the page, I'm going to guess... I'm going to guess maybe 30. All right, 30, 35 tops. All right, okay, scroll down the page. What have we got? Yep, Grade 4B. Okay, we'll have Heat 1, 16. Grade 4B Heat 2. All right, 32. That's not bad. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, hold on. Heat 3? What? There's 3? 49 bands? Oh my word, what's going on? Wow. Oh, no, I almost swore there. Wow. 49 bands for 4B. That's incredible. Oh, wow, that's so exciting. Okay, and 3 different heats here in total. Yeah, any wonder. They had to break it down into manageable chunks. 49 bands? Wow, that's huge. Right, let's get into the details. So let's look at Heat 1 then, shall we? Grade 4B, Heat 1 at the World Championships, kicking off with the Yogle Pipe Band. Yes, and again, that 9 a.m. draw time. Yikes, there you go. Yeah, we also have in this group, we have Altneve Memorial. Yep. Barhead and District. We have the Queen Elizabeth Pipe Band, which would be their first outing at the World Championships now for a good number of years. So great to see the Queen Elizabeth there. We also have Uddingston Strathclyde. Yes, they're 4B band in there. We have the Two Scots Pipes, Drums and Bugles. Yes, we have the Beatrix Pipe Band from the Netherlands. Oh, now that's exciting. I haven't heard them yet. Ooh, okay. Shout out to the Black Raven. Yes, they're in here in Heat 1, and they've been winning prizes all around them, as you've been hearing earlier in the pod. That's exciting. We also have Paisley and District, RBL. Yep, we have the PIB HK Collective. Right, I'm not sure who they are. Yeah, PIOB, the PIB HK Collective. Interesting. I'm going to have to look up them. Yeah, anybody knows anything about them? Let me know. Okay, next band we have People's Ex-Servicemen's. Yes, we have Tully Allen. Yeah, there we go. They have the Standard Triumph Pipe Band. I don't know them now. Yeah. We have William Wood, Dumfries, and then we have Dunoon Argyll, and that's your first group. 16 bands in there. Some names I'm not familiar with. That PIB HK Collective, the Standard Triumph. These are bands I'm not familiar with, but I'm going to have to do a bit of research on them. But clearly, as I mentioned there's some big names that jump out to me immediately. Like I said, Black Raven, they're a band definitely on form at the moment. We have the Two Scots, Pipes, Drums and Bugles. They've been winning a ton of prizes. Uddingston, Strathclyde as well, of a cracking 4B band. Aldenvay Memorial as well has been playing a storm in 4B this last while. Hey, that's a difficult group right there. So that's only Heat 1. Let's go on to Heat 2 then, shall we? Okay, kicking things off at 9 a.m. again. Another difficult draw time. We have the Sons of Scotland from Canada. Yes, now I'm familiar with these guys, actually. Yeah, so get very excited to see them across. There you go. Next we have Govan Community. Yep, we actually have a video of Govan from last year's Worlds on YouTube channel. You can go and watch that. We have the City of St Andrews. Yes, we have Arbroath in there. City of Plymouth. Okay, I'm not familiar with them. We have Stockbridge. Yep, we have Letterkenny District that we were giving a shout out to earlier. They're 4B band. We have the New South Wales Highlanders. Oh, hey. There we go. Yeah, I don't know much about them, but I'm certainly going to check them out. Yeah. We also have the Sons of Holy Land District. Yes, they've made a triumphant return. And yeah, we're more than excited to see the Sons of Holy Land back again in the circle. Great stuff. So I think this is their third World Championships now. I think their goal is definitely to qualify. I think that's where they're aiming for. So yeah, good luck to the guys at the Sons of Holy Land District. Good stuff. We also have Irvine and District. Yes, they've been playing a storm this season so far. I was keen to see them. We also have the First Troon Boys Brigades. We have Ellen and District, RBL, Moneygore as well. Helensburgh, hold on, I can't pronounce this. Helensburgh, Clan Colquhoun. No, that's completely wrong. Stuff that Rab got drunk. There we go. I'm doing it live, I'm not editing. Moving on, we have Kilsyth Thistle and Pikes Peak Highlanders. Oh, hey. Yeah, they're making the trip. Oh, good. Hey, I don't know. There's too many bands that I want to see. And I can guarantee you, Heat 1 will be in one end of the park and Heat 2 will be way over in the other. Because they're both running at the same time here. Looking at the time spots allocated. Yeah. So, right, let's go on to Heat 3 then, shall we? Okay, we have Hollymount. Yes, starting at 9 a.m. again. That difficult draw time. We also have Kilmarnock. We have Pennewick and District. City of Inverness. The Ross and Dew Irish Pipe Band are making the trip over. Oh, hey. There you go. I'm quite familiar with them. Yeah, there you go. So, looking forward to hearing them. The Blue Squadron. Yes. Now, I know very little about the Blue Squadron. Who are they? No idea, but I'm curious. I'm going to have to Google some, yeah. Then we have Dumbarton and District, yes. We have the City of Discovery as well. The Ambulance Victoria Pipes and Drums. Ooh, I don't know them either. Now, please don't take it that I don't know your band means that you're no good. You can absolutely be amazing, and I'm just not aware. So, yeah, this is what I love about, looking at Grade 4B. You discover so many brilliant, good bands in here. And, yeah, I'm very curious. I'm going to have to start Googling now. Next, we have the San Jose Police Emerald Society. There you are. Excellent stuff. I'll be looking forward to hearing them, too. We have Kilbarkin, then Granite City, Greyfriars, Pipes and Drums, the City of Brechin, yes, we have Brady Ulster Scots, They have the City of Aberdeen and Reading Scottish. Reading Scottish, there you go. So there's a lot of bands in here that I'm not familiar with, okay? Now, I'm throwing myself under the bus here, I know. And I've probably pronounced a bunch of names wrong. My apologies. Please do send in your angry emails, bigrabshow@gmail.com. Honestly, but it's something I do quite often, so apologies. Anyway, 49 bands in here for 4B. Wow. That's an entire competition in itself, honestly. So looking at the draw times, all of these heats are all starting at 9 a.m. and they all wrap up approximately around 11:08, I think is the last band in 4B. And then, as you know, they'll take a little bit of time to collate all the winners for each group, and then they will form an eventual final. And then we'll have the Grade 4B final, and everybody will have to play again. And then eventually we will crown our champion. But I have to say, for all of you competing in Grade 4B, to 49 bands, that's a massive mountain to climb. I don't care who you are. That's huge. 49 bands? I know I keep saying that, but to come out on top on your qualifying group and qualify for the final, seriously, that's as good as a win right there. You may as well just head to the beer tent and drink for celebration. That's a massive achievement. If you qualify for that final, woof, wow. And then if you do happen to make it into the final, then just go into the circle and enjoy it would be my advice, because the hard work has been done. You've came through that group stage, which is really quite arduous, and to get whittled down into a final and to make it through that far, that's massive. Yeah, do not underestimate that by any means. So if you find yourself in the final circle in 4B, just go in there and enjoy it. Have a good tune, enjoy your time, and hey, if you win a prize, great. If not, doesn't matter. And for those of you who don't qualify, don't worry about it. There's always next year. And if anything, you're going to get those all-important crit sheets. And trust me, they are worth their weight in gold. And I know some bands in the past have kind of scrumpled them up and, discarded them. But I would urge you not to. Our judges do take quite a bit of thought and time into every crit sheet. And they do, want to try and help develop your band. So if you don't qualify in a certain year, then do take those crit sheets and work on what the judge has been telling you. And then hopefully come back and fight for the next one. And that's the joy of competitive bagpiping, isn't it? There you go. All right, 49 bands. Dang. All right, let's go on. Grade 4A. Let's get a look here. All right, we have Heat 1 and Heat 2. And, then we're in the juvenile. Okay, so we have 2 heats. How many in total? 29. That's quite reasonable, actually. In fact, that's brilliant. 29 bands in 4A. Right, this is getting ridiculous. These grades are huge, man. Yeah. Wow. Okay, let's look at 4A then. We'll go through Heat 1 first of all. We have Fraserburgh RBL, yes. Kirkcaldy District, Coulter District, Tweedville, Camelon District, Siren City Pipe Band. Oh, hey, Siren City are making the trip. Good stuff. We have Rafo Ulster Scots will be there. Yes. We have New Ross District. Fantastic, good stuff. We have the Royal Army of Oman, yes, with all of their drum majors. So they're going to be duking it out in Heat 1 and 4A. Good stuff. We have the Vale of Atholl in there, their 4A bands. Yes, we have Strathendrick, Elgin District, Kinross District, William Kerr Memorial, and Edmonton District from Canada. Yeah, there you go. I'm actually familiar with Edmonton. Yeah, they can play a good tune. They've been going well this season, actually. Yeah. Okay. So quite a difficult heat, that one. A lot of very familiar names in there that can really thump out a tune. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Let's go on to Heat 2 then, shall we? Grade 4A, Heat 2, we have the City of Dunedin. There you go, their 4A band. We have Irvine Memorial. Yep. Troon Blackrock, Cullen are in there. We have the Cooper Angus. Go on, the Angus. There you go. We have Grantia in there. I have the Long Beach Pipe Band. Oh, hi, Long Beach Pipe Band. They're making the trip. Oh, hi, smashing. Okay. We have the RAF Central Scotland Pipes and Drums. Yes. We have Ballybowly. We have the Ratai. Yeah, it's a Ratai Pipe Bands. I probably completely pronounced that wrong. My apologies. We have Upper Crossgar, Rothsay District, Perth District, and Stockbridge. I can just see the angry emails coming now. You know, Rab, you pronounced my band's name wrong. I'm never listening to your show again. I can only apologize. This is stuff that I do all the time. I completely pronounce names incorrectly, and I do not do it intentionally. I'm not doing it to annoy anyone. So I apologize if I pronounce your band name incorrectly. Okay. That's by way of, a disclaimer, I guess. Right. 2 heats there, and 2 different groups. Which group would I like to be in? I don't know. Again, that's a difficult call, because you look at Heat 1, there's a lot of big names in. You know, you have Rafo in there, New Rawson District. We know the Royal Army of Oman can play a tune. You have Coulter in District, Kirkcaldy, Fraserburgh. Come on. William Kerr. The Vale are in there. Strathendrick, come on. That's Group 1 is huge. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Group 2 is even just as ridiculous. You know, Grantia, Cooper Angus, Irvine Memorial, Ballygboley, Upper Crossgar, who've been going real well this season. I don't know, man. That's anyone's. Again, I'm going to say the same thing as what I said for 4B. If you manage to qualify for the final, folks, that's as good as a win. 29 bands in total. Ooh, to get whittled down to a final will not be an easy task. So if you do qualify for that final, well done. Yeah. All right, 29 bands from 4A. That's impressive. Let's go on for the juveniles then. Have we got our usual 4, 3, 4? There we go. Okay. We have George Watson's College Juvenile. Yes, Dollar Academy, Preston Lodge. Go on the PL. And we have St. Thomas Episcopal. Yes, they're sending their juvenile band. There you go. All right, so yeah, if you do want to catch some real blistering piping early on in the morning, go and catch the juvenile grade. That starts at 9 a.m. with George Watson's, and the whole grade's finished by 9:24. You'll catch 4 blistering performances, and your face will be absolutely melted off you, and even before the day started. Yeah, you wouldn't even had your breakfast or your coffee by that stage. All right, let's scroll down. Grade 3B, numbers have been low this year. Yeah, they have been low. Now, my predictions here, I'm thinking 10. I'm guessing. Let's scroll down. Grade 3B. Oh, we've way more than 10. Okay, we have 22. Ooh, hey, we were close there to a possible qualifying situation. Yeah. Now, this is one thing I did have to check with the Rab Show team before I clicked on the button, what the actual threshold is for a qualifying. And as soon as you hit 24 bands, that is what I believe is the threshold. So once you hit number 24, that's when it gets split into 2 groups of 12, for example, right? So once you hit 24 bands, it goes into qualifying. But looking at this now, grade 3B, there's 22, so they were just short of it. Another couple of bands, that would have been a qualifying situation for 3B. There you go. But 22 bands, that's still quite a huge grade there, by all accounts. 3B, as I say, has been down all season. It's been, one of the things that we've been talking about for most major championships this year. But this is very promising to see the Worlds with so many bands in here. Let's go into it. All right, we have Wallastone and District kicking things off at 11:30 in the morning. That's quite reasonable, actually. There you go. We have Cleland Memorial. Yes. We have Brisbane Boys College Old Collegians are in there. Good stuff. Yes. Looking forward to seeing them. We also have the Scottish Borders. Ooh, hey. I'm going to have to check them out now. Interesting. All right, moving on. We have the Air Pipe Band Society. We also have the Old Scotch Pipe and Drums. I don't know much about them either. It says they're tartan here is for the Old Scotch Pipes and Drums College, Scots College in Melbourne. So they must be from Australia, I'm guessing. I don't know much about these guys. All right, I'm going to educate myself. Yeah, so apologies. All right, moving on. We have the Kevin R. Blanford Memorial. Oh, go on. I have a lot of friends that play with the Kevin R. Blanford Band. Really excited to see them. Good stuff. So we also have after that the McAllister College Pipe Band from the US as well. So that's a couple of bands in from the US so far. Yeah, followed by which we have the City of Angels. Oh, brilliant. Oh, hype. So 3 bands from the US, one after the other. That's smashing. All right. After that, we have Drumloch. Yes, and they've been playing real well this season. Good stuff. Then we have Uddingston, Strathclyde. They've really been thumping this last while too, especially their drumming. Yeah. Shout out to Uddingston. All right, moving on. We have the City of Manchester. Yep. We have Kilbarkin, Clock Finn, who have absolutely been singing this year. We have the Ross and Do Irish Pipe Band. They're the grade 3B band. Good stuff. We have the Lower Clyde Pipes and Drums. Brilliant. We have Durham Regional Police from Canada. I don't know much about them either, unfortunately. So the Durham Regional Police. Okay, now I'm making notes as I go here, folks. Am I the only one that does this? Anyway, so all these bands, I'm going to be checking them out now, doing my research. We also have Surla and District. Yes, we have Arbroath, of course, Methil and District. We have the Cross Borders Pipe Band. Now, they're from Spain. Right, I don't know them either. Cross Borders. All right, going to have to check them out too. And then to finish the grade then, at 2:20 in the afternoon, we have Burnt Island and District. Now, that's a huge grade with a lot of big names there. You know, as I mentioned, Burnt Island, City of Angels, Kevin R. Blanford, Brisbane Boys College, Wallastone, Uddingston, Clough-Finn, come on. Surla as well. Wow, that's tough, man. I just don't know. Yeah, I'm thankful that we're not getting into predictions just yet because there's too many variables in there. There's a lot of bands in there that I don't actually know, like the Durham Regional Police from Canada, the Cross Borders, don't know them either. The Scottish Borders Pipe Band, don't know them either. But so Dark Horses in here. And the Old Scotch Pipes and Drums from Melbourne. I'm going to have to do my homework here. But yeah, there you go. That's shaping up to be quite a big competition, that, isn't it? 22 bands. All right, let's move on to grade 3A. Right, this is, I don't know. Are we going to call this a ridiculous grade? I don't know, but I think that title is deserved for grade 2, isn't it? But grade 3A has been stupidly competitive this year. All right, grade 3A, how many have we got? Oh, we're into the heats now, and we have 2 of them. Okay. Yeah, we have 28 bands in here. Oof, all right, grade 3A. Right, let's get into heat number 1. Kicking things off in heat 1 is Kildog. Wow, starting strong. Ooh, okay. So that's kicking off 3A in heat 1. Then we have Clocker and District. Yep. And then we have Denny and Donny Pace Pipe Band Association. Good stuff. We have the Gregland Crossing Pipe Band. I don't know them. Yeah. Gregland Crossing. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but yep, I'm going to write that one down. I have to check them out now. Good stuff. The City of Inverness. Yes, we have the Ross and Carmarty Pipes and Drums. Major Sinclair are in there, middle of the pack. We have the Mac Cals, or just after the Major Sinclair. Go on, the Mac Cals. We have McNeilstown then. We have Livingston, Caledonia, of course. This will be their first World Championship, I believe. So, yeah, good luck, guys. We have Dartmouth and District from Canada. Yes, now they're a good band. I have heard them. They can play a good tune, actually. Ooh, there you go. We also have Texo, Deeside, Caledonia, followed by the City of Discovery, and then the City of London. And that makes up your Heat 1 for Grade 3A. Yeah, again, a lot of huge names in there. Oof. Is that the group of death for 3A? Right, let's get a look at Heat 2 then, and we'll try and decide. Okay. Kicking things off in Heat 2 at 11:20, we have the Ebrador Pitlockery and Blair Athol. Yes. Then we have Cullabaki. Yeah. We have Dunbar, RBL. Then the Matt Boyd Memorial. Good stuff. Then we have the Lewis Pipe Band. Yeah. Then we have Stockbridge. Then we have Mulgai, Buck and Peterson Development Bands. Yes, they're 3A band. Then we have Macanta, followed by the Vale of Athol, City of Newcastle, the Guelph Pipe Band from Canada. Oh, hey. Yes, the Guelph Pipe Band. They've had a recent outing, actually, and a lot of videos of their performances across socials with a camera on the bass drum and stuff. That's been really enjoyable, but they've been thumping out some big tunes. Yeah, shout out to the Guelph Pipe Band from Canada. Looking forward to hearing you. Then we also have the Oban Pipe Band, followed by Turriff and District wrapping up the heat. Right, which one is the group of death then for this? I know I'm going to sound like I'm on the fence, but it's actually both again. But yeah, they're both equally difficult, I have to say. Looking at Heat 1, again, some big names. Major Sinclair, the Mac Cals, McNeilstown, who else we got? Clocker, Kildog as well. Like some proper big names in here. Yeah, Denny and Donny Pace, come on. That's Heat 1. Looking at Heat 2 then, names that immediately jump out at me. The Vale of Athol, of course, have been having a great season. The Guelph Pipe Band, of course, I've heard great recordings from them. Matt Boyd Memorial, their drummers are really singing. Cullabaki, Ibrador, Dunbar. Come on, there's way too many big names in each heat. Yeah. So, good luck to everyone. Again, I'm going to reiterate, if you do qualify for the final, that's as good as a win. To come out on top of 28 bands and to make the cut, oof, there you go. Do you know, folks, I know we've only got as far as grade 3B, or grade 3A, sorry, completely wrong. But looking at grade 3B, 4A, 4B, and even the juvenile grades, this is huge. Like, numbers are definitely up this year. Now, this was kind of predicted, I guess. Whenever we first started talking about this season, that we really hoped that the World Championships would see a huge influx of bands, making it larger, I guess, you know? And over this last 2 or 3 years, post-pandemic, I guess, we have been rebuilding, and we've been, finding that the competition is growing every year. And I think this year's World Championships is possibly one of the biggest in recent years. This is massive. Definitely bodes well. All right, let's get into grade 2. So, the question on everybody's lips, I haven't scrolled down the page yet, is will grade 2 have a qualifying this year? There has been talk about it, that it's very possible, depending on the numbers and how many make the trip to Glasgow. Could we have a possible qualifying in grade 2? Scroll down the page, Rab. How many have we got? 19. So it's a straight final then. There we go. So no qualifying for grade 2. Now, from what I remember, I think grade 2 is a medley competition. There you go. So, brush up on your medley selections, guys. So 19 bands in total. That's quite a good showing, actually. Yeah. Although I did expect it possibly to reach that 24 threshold and have 2 groups. But, hey, there we are. We can build for next year, can't we? After that weak speech I just had. Okay. Let's have a look here, actually. Right. So we're starting at 13:40 in the afternoon, precisely, with Uddingston. Yeah, talk about a way to start. Wow. Okay. Uddingston kicking things off then in grade 2. Then followed by which we have the Manor Cunningham. There you go. So then we have the Pipe Band Club from Australia. Oh, they're back. Oh, man. I'm a huge fan of the Pipe Band Club. I love that band. They're so good. Oh, right. Okay. I'm showing bias now. But the last time I seen them at the World Championships, I really enjoyed their music. It was so good. Right. I'm really going to have to check them out. Fantastic. All right. Moving on. We have the Greater Midwest Pipe Band. Oh, yes. They're coming across. Followed by the LA Scots. Yep, they're back. The LA Scots. Good stuff. That's 2 bands from the US in there. Good. Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Then we have Port Lethen and District. Go on. The Port Lethen. Good stuff. Then we have the Kilhoman Distillery, Isle of Islay. Yes. Followed by Macmillan from the US. Oh, yes. Macmillan Pipe Band can thump out a tune, boy. Ooh. All right. And then we have Tullylagan, of course. Brand new into grade 2. They've sort of been finding their feet this year, I guess. But, yeah, looking forward to seeing what they bring to the circle. Mm-hmm. All right. Then we have the Glasgow Sky. Go on, the Sky. Good stuff. Middle of the pack there, actually. Yeah. Then we have Peel, Regional Police from Canada. Oh, brilliant. Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing Peel, actually. And then followed by which we have the North Stratton. Go on, the North Stratton. Now, we've played recordings from North Stratton earlier on, I think on our Fuse FM show a couple of weeks ago. I think we played a medley from North Stratton. Yep, yeah, these guys can play. Yeah, speaking of these guys can play, the Ulster Scottish are back. Oh, yep, Ulster Scottish are back. Oh, okay, that's exciting. Oh, man. All right, grade 2 is shaping up to be a ridiculous grade, isn't it? I'm not finished yet. We also have Buck and Peterson in there, of course. Colburn, IOR. Yep, we have the Royal Borough of Annan, followed by Ravara. Then we have St. Joseph's and the City of Edinburgh, wrapping everything up at around 4:20 in the afternoon. Man, do you know what? Grade 2 has been called the ridiculous grade on this show for a long time, and I think I will continue to call it that. It absolutely is the ridiculous grade. So many big names in there, man. Do you know what? You can easily get a seat at grade 2 and have the best weekend just watching grade 2. Honestly, you know, and I've known people that have done it. They've completely ignored the grade 1 arena and just parked themselves in grade 2 all day and just had the best time. There can be some incredible music played in the grade 2 circle. So that's a lot of great action in there. A lot of big names too, from the Canada and the United States, Australia as well, the Pipe Band Club. Oh man, Right, come on. This is getting ridiculous in the ridiculous grade. Good luck to everyone in there. And it's a straight final as well. No qualifying. One run and done. Yeah. So all of these bands that are traveling thousands of miles all have one performance, one medley selection, and that's it. Oh, man. Good luck to all of you. That's a stupidly competitive grade. I'm not even going to start talking about predictions yet. No, not even close. So, I don't know. Flip a coin for grade 2, man. Anyway. All right, let's fly on to grade 1. Now, I think the order of play is the same for both the MSR and the medley on the Friday. I think it changes then for the Saturday. So we'll go through the order of play then for the Friday, first of all. So we have 14 bands in here in total. Now, that is an increase, I think, from previous years. I don't know, that could be stuff that Rab got wrong. I'm going to have to go back and look. But there is a number of grade 1 bands, notably not in here by the looks of things. I'm just kind of, glancing through. Let's get a look here, first of all, then. Go through in detail. Kicking things off on the Friday, then, for both the MSR and medley, we have Closkelt. Yes. Then we have People's Ford, Ballcall and Bathgate, right at the beginning there. Yep, Closkelt and People's Ford. Yeah, there you go. And we have Police Scotland and Federation next, followed by Scottish Power. Then we have SFU, Simon Fraser University, then St. Lawrence O'Toole. Yes, there you go. So there, St. Lawrence O'Toole are followed very closely by Field Marshal Montgomery. Yeah, so both of those bands sort of middle of the pack there. There you go. Then we have Shots and Dykehead, Caledonia, who are followed by the City of Dunedin there from the United States. Good stuff. Then we have the 70th Fraser Highlanders. Brilliant. With their brand new PM, Michael Gray. So looking forward to seeing them in person, actually. Heard a whole dose of recordings and stuff, similar to the City of Dunedin, actually. But I can't wait to actually see them in person. Yeah. So we have Inverary District after that. Then we have Johnstone, Police Scotland 5, followed by St. Thomas Alumni, who are closing the grade on the Friday. There you are. So the order of play is the same for the MSR and the medley on the Friday. There you go. Looking at the Saturday then, your order of play is different. So for your MSR and medleys on the Saturday, we have St. Lawrence kicking things off. We have Simon Fraser University. Then we have Shots. Then we have Inverary, Field Marshal, Fife Polis, Closkelt, who are then finding themselves middle of the pack here, whereas the day before they were kicking things off. There you are. We have Scottish Power. Yeah, we haven't mentioned any bands from the US right now. Oh, here we go. Right, City of Dunedin are next. Read your script, Rab's in front of you. City of Dunedin is next, followed by St. Thomas Alumni. So 2 bands from the US. Yeah. Then we have Johnstone, People's Ford, Ballcall and Bathgate, 78th Fraser Highlanders, and then Police Scotland and Federation wrapping up the grade. There you go. All right. 14 bands in total for grade 1. That's not disappointing by any means. That's actually, that's a good, decent day's worth of music right there. So if you were to sit down for the MSRs and the medleys, honestly, you'd be well entertained. Now, the grade 1 competition itself wraps up just after 4 o'clock on the Saturday. So you would have time, actually, to nip across and hopefully catch a little bit of grade 2. When does grade 2 finish? Grade 2 finishes at 20 past 4. So you might have a chance to maybe catch Ravara, St. Joseph's and City of Edinburgh if you are parked in grade 1. A wealth of great music, and all of the times and playing times, all of that is all up there now. You can go and have a read at it. What's my overall impression? I have to say I am overwhelmed, honestly, with the amount of bands entered in 4A, 4B, 3B. Yeah, I get tongue-tied there. And grade 3s and 4s, there's a huge amount of bands in there. And I was kind of expecting the rumours to be true that possibly grade 2 could be a potential qualifying. But hey, 19 bands still is not disappointing by any means. Absolutely. This year's World Pipe Band Championships has seen what we expected, when that was a huge influx now of bands just entering and wanting to duke it out in the circle. This is so good. We're starting to see our biggest competition in the calendar. We're starting to see it grow again. And now, will we see it back to, the strengths that we had back around 2018, 2019? Who knows? But we are certainly rebuilding now post-pandemic. And this has definitely shown that the piping world is in a very healthy state, I would argue. You know? For as many people that might contact us on listener mail or comments on socials and saying that the pipe band world is not what it used to be and it's on its knees, etc., etc., sorry, but I disagree. Looking at the entry that we have here now for the World Championships, it's definitely in a very healthy place. So I am sure what I just said is going to get people's backs up, and I'm expecting some weekly drones on that front. Oh, but hey, there's bound to be loads of stuff that Rab got wrong on this week's topic of the week. There's bound to, well, again, I will apologize to those bands' names that I pronounced incorrectly. It's stuff that I frequently get wrong here on the show, and I wanted to do this completely live with no editing. Maybe I should have edited it anyway. But yes, I have to say, my overall feeling for entries for bands and for drum majors as well, it's really quite impressive. This is going to be such a huge event with so many different highlights. I just don't know how I'm going to be able to run around and catch every band performance that I want to see. This is going to take an element of planning on my part to try and figure out who's in the circle and when and how I can go and see everybody. Now, as you guys know, that's impossible. You just cannot take in the entire event. It is virtually impossible whenever you have like 4 or 5 different circles all running at the same time. You just... you're going to miss something, all right? So, I don't know, maybe whenever we get into our World Championship preview and we'll get into our proper predictions show and everything, we'll possibly throw some names into the hat of bands that you should be paying attention to, or at least ones that we will be paying attention to here on the Big Rab Show. Now, there's so many big names in all of these grades. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is going to be a really competitive competition, and even for drum majors as well. Seeing the wealth of talent across all of the entries, I don't know. This is going to be such an exciting World Championships this year. After looking at that draw, yeah, I'm thinking it's good. It's good. We're in a very good place right now in the bagpiping world. Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts, warts and all, completely unedited. Yep. So apologies that the pod has ran this long, but I hope you managed to read along with me. If you do want to go and check out the draw for yourselves, you can go to the rsppa.org. The draw is now live. You can go and read it in detail, like I just did. Now, what makes it interesting, at the bottom of each grade, there has a little note saying, adjudicators to be confirmed by Thursday evening. Now, I don't think that's happened before. Normally, by now, the adjudicators would be set in stone, and from I remember reading previous draws, and I'm also able to read out the adjudicators for each grade. Well, it looks like that hasn't been decided, has it? Yeah, in fact, TBC by Thursday evening. So very last moment, eh? But either way, you're going to be walking into that circle, and someone will be there with a clipboard, but you're just not going to know who until Friday morning. Anyway, so that's an interesting dynamic, that one, isn't it? Yeah. And don't worry, as soon as we hear any details on the confirmation of adjudicators for any grade, then of course we'll update you as soon as we possibly can. There you are. Alrighty. Wow, that was quite a topic, and thank you for waiting to this point. If you are still listening to the show at this point and me rambling on through the grades and stuff, thank you. Yes, thank you for hanging in there with us. I love doing these live reactions, I suppose. Anyway, that's it for another topic of the week. I am out the door. And as always, don't forget to check us out on Patreon. There's a wealth of extra content back there. Definitely worth your time. And I have to say, from this year's World Pipe Band Championships, we've got some plans for our Patreon people. That's all I'm going to say. But you can go and check us out on the Discord server as well if you are on Patreon, where you might get some little sneaky hints behind the scenes as to what we're working on for the Worlds for Patreon subs. Anyway, there you go. So click on the link in the show notes, go and help support our wee show, and you'll expect a whole dose of extras from this year's Worlds. And you can actually go and check out a whole dose of extras from previous World Championships as well. Yeah, well worth a look. Alrighty, I am out the door. Thank you, everyone, for listening this week, and I can just hear everyone typing right now, all of their angry emails. So get them into us. bigrabshow@gmail.com, or, of course, send us in your own weekly drone if you completely disagree with me, or, did I pronounce your band name incorrectly and you want to give off? Well, go ahead. Send us in a weekly drone. Let us know stuff that Rab got wrong. That's it. I'm out the door. I am hitting upload right now. And I will see you all in next week's Fuse FM Ballymoney radio show. And of course, right here on the podcast next week. Until then, we'll see you then. All the best. Well, that's it for another Big Rab Show podcast. Thanks so much for downloading this week, and a special thank you to our sponsor, G1 Reeds. Played by bands around the world, they are the champion's choice. Check out g1reeds.com for all of your piping needs. Don't forget to check out thebigrabshow.com to be kept up to date with all of the latest news and views from around the piping world. And also, check us out on Patreon. For $5 a month, you can get your hands on tons of extra piping goodness and be a part of the Patreon faithful. So, until next week, folks, we'll see you right here on the Big Rab Show podcast. All the best.